So in this segment, I know I'm late to this one. It's only because Max is so quick, honestly. I blame Max for being so quick. It's why I'm always late. But yeah, you know, it's a loan, it's not a discount. Now, what I want you guys to really pay attention to is when the audience who didn't know this, right, who haven't probably read about this or whatever, even though the ones they go to question time, right, they didn't realise it was a loan until Fiona Bruce actually pointed out. So I actually have to give a bit of credit, unfortunately, to Fiona Bruce, because she actually does the job of a host, which is to point out when people lie on the panel. So when is a discount not a loan? It's when you have to pay it back. If I went into a shop, right, and it says this coat is 50% off, I went to the till and they're like, okay, but over the next few months you're going to have to pay the other 50%. You're like, what? Are you stupid? That's how this government see you. Stupid. Don't be stupid. Don't vote Tory. Let's watch this video.
Okay. Can I just come back to the point about bills, though? Because that's the other really important part of what we're dealing with tonight. And the Chancellor of the Exchequer launched a really important package in February, just 2 months ago, to deal with the rise in bills. Cannot deal with it completely, but actually
not deal with it completely. So you admit he's done a bad job then?
£9 billion set aside, a £200 discount on energy bills, a £150 discount on council tax, additional funds to make sure the...
Wait, I thought the money was coming through a council tax thing. It's £200 and £150? Did not know that.
Most vulnerable are able... give them assistance in paying their energy bills.
£200 is, of course, a loan.
It's not a loan. It is a...
Here we go, guys. Pay attention.
Discount,
okay, but
which will then be taken back in the form of a levy.
You're not being given it, you have to pay it back.
So you have to pay it back in the form of a levy. A levy is a tax, so you will have to pay it back.
No, not necessarily the individual. It gets taken back at the...
Sounds like...
So did you see that? I want you guys to pay attention to this. Once Fiona Bruce points it out, that's when the audience understand, which shows you that the question time audience, you know, despite them going to these places, are not that politically aware of, you know, the country. And you could make the Brexit point and blah, blah, blah. Point being is that if people who may think they are politically aware of what's going on in the country don't know things, it is very scary times for everyone else.
Okay, but
which will then be taken back in the form of a levy.
You're not being given it, you have to pay it back.
No, not necessarily the individual.
He's going to tie himself in knots here.
It gets taken back at the point at which it is levied. Yeah,
sorry, you're all shouting something. What are you all shouting? I'm saying it's a loan.
Not a loan.
It's a loan. That's what you're hearing from the audience.
No, it's taken back through a levy. It's not a loan because it doesn't create an obligation on the individual to repay. It is actually a levy on the price point at which the bill...
But they still have to pay it back. What's the difference?
It's put on the price point, not on the individual. The individual does not have an obligation to repay.
Oh, so we can say we don't want to... If we don't want to pay it back, we don't have to?
No, I'm not...
So you're saying there's no obligation to pay it back. So you're saying, oh, we don't have to pay it back if we don't want to. No, that's not what I said. It's literally what he said.
Saying that, it's taken back.
He's getting laughed at. He's getting mocked because this is what needs to happen at these sorts of events. Question time, PMQs. You have to pick these people apart. You have to do it. You know, I don't think he was expecting Fiona Bruce to actually do her job, but credit to her, she actually did her job. And this man's being mocked and laughed at. And you realise once the audience knew what was going on, that's when they laughed at him. And that's what happens to happen a lot more. This is what Labour have to do a lot more of. They have to explain to people very simply, just like she did there, what the situation is. It's not a discount. It's not money that's being given to you. It's money you have to pay back, which is a loan.
Back at the point at which it is charged. Yeah?
So if you don't heat yourself, if you don't have any heating afterwards, then you don't pay it back.
It is not an obligation.
Is that it?
Importantly,
that is it, isn't it? That's what you're saying. Okay.
It comes in this October. And these are the important things that we've announced.
It comes in force in October. People who need help now. Come on, dude.
Help people with bills. But that's different to the long-term strategy that we've launched today with renewables, nuclear, and making sure we're not increasing our imports of oil and gas.
Which, you know, is fine, but it's not going to help people right now, is it, when people need help? When is a loan not a loan? When is a discount not a discount? These are the questions that Aristotle and Socrates really should have been asking the people in Athens. When is one not the other, you know? Because it's obviously a loan. That's why they were calling him Loan Shark Sunak a while ago. It's just ridiculous. You know, he's treating the audience like idiots. Should we watch it again? Let's go through this again, right? And like I said, once the audience realise what's going on, they laugh at him.
The most vulnerable are able to give them assistance in paying their energy bills.
£200 is, of course, a loan.
It's not a loan. It is a discount.
And, you know, Emily Thornberry needs to do a lot better as well, because, you know, Fiona Bruce jumped on this. She should have been the one to jump on it as well.
Okay, but
which will then be taken back in the form of a levy.
You're not being given it, you have to pay it back.
No, not necessarily the individual. It gets taken back at the point at which it is levied. Yeah,
sorry, you're all shouting something. What are you all shouting? They're saying it's a loan.
Not a loan.
It's a loan.
It's a loan. They've realised that. Once someone explains to them, you know, you have to pay it back, it's a loan. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Support the channel on Patreon if you can. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one.